Relationship advice from people who are horribly unqualified. The Love Doctors with the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
And submit these anytime on Be in the Playhouse page at y94.com. Love Doctors, you're the love gurus. This is not so much my love question, but one on behalf of my adult son. He is grown, and he still lives at home with us. He's in his early 20s. We let him live his life and stay out of his business. The basement is his. But it's getting difficult when I can see Mitchell, my son, making some bad decisions. He is convinced he's in love through a woman that, in my mind, is clearly not a real woman, and I don't know why he doesn't see this. The pictures look suspicious, the grammar is poor, and she slid into his DMs, and they seem to have fallen in love. She's never video chatted him, only called him once, and I thought the voice sounded very interesting from what I could overhear. I'm convinced this is not a real person. He's in love with this person. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Usually I am against people kind of digging into other people's love lives, except I am for this mom trying to say something. Will he listen? Absolutely not. But at least you did your part as a parent. I love you and I'm so happy you found someone. But honestly, I think this might be a scam just because she's never wanted to FaceTime and video chat or even meet up with you. I just want you to be careful and just say that. That way, if he wants to continue whatever this is, he can, but you've at least put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the just blunt talk, trying to question and maybe kind of get him thinking about it would be probably the best way to go. If you don't seem to go anywhere with it, you know what? Hey, if you're so sure this is a real person, let's talk to her about coming out here. I'd love to meet her.
That's a good idea, too.
You're so interested in this person. Let's have her over for dinner. Or it'd be great if you guys could go on a little date or something. Or, I don't know, something.
I would love to meet her. She could stay a weekend here.
And then about the time it's like, oh, I'd love to come visit, but I'm going to need $10,000 to get to your house. Then maybe this would send up some red flags.
Hopefully he sees those red flags. Please do not send her money.
Yikes. Love Doctors. You're the love gurus. One of my close friends recently started dating my ex-boyfriend. She actually came to me first and got my blessing, and I was totally fine with it. I actually think they're not a bad pairing, but there's something that's making me a little uncomfortable. Lately, she's been coming to me asking for relationship advice about their relationship. This is my ex. Does he like this? How do you think he'd respond to this? Why do you think he does this? What is the nice way to say, if this was any other guy, I'd be fine talking about it, but this is my ex.
I think exactly that. You could even say, it's great that you guys want to pair up, but you need to remember that I did date him, and I don't think I'm the person to be asking these questions about. Yes, I might have some insider knowledge, but there has to be boundaries when you're going to be dating my ex.
Well, and you know what? If that doesn't seem to push her over the edge, you know what? I dated him unsuccessfully.
Ooh.
You don't want my answers to these questions because my answers didn't help that relationship. I failed at this. If I wanted advice from somebody to run the Fargo Marathon, you know who I'm not going to ask? Somebody that halfway was calling an Uber, getting an Uber, and went to go get some pizza instead. Like, you failed at this relationship.
Genius.
Why is she asking you?
That's the best way to go about it. Yes.
You don't want advice from somebody that didn't pull it off. It didn't work for me. So you're going to have to ask anybody else.
That's what you have to tell. That's exactly what you have to say.
And finally, Love Doctors, you're the love gurus. My girlfriend, I guess, is going to apply at my office. She saw there was an opening that she thought was a good fit for her and is thinking about leaving her current situation and got excited at the idea of us working together and gave me this big spiel about how if she gets the job, we can carpool, have lunch together, even have breaks throughout the day together. And I know she thinks that sounds great. I think that sounds terrible and would ruin our relationship. Do I just wait and see if she happens to get this job, or do I have to tell her ahead of time I really wouldn't like that?
No, I do think you have to let her see if she can get that job. She's so excited about it. But let's say she does. I think reality will hit her. She won't want to do all those things. Yes, you guys will probably carpool, but once she's actually working, your breaks aren't going to line up. Things like that. You might barely see each other. She's thinking it's going to be all this lovey-dovey throughout the day. Reality will hit. That's not going to happen.
I don't think that you need to get ahead of it until you have some idea where this is going.
Yes.
The funny thing is, how awkward would it be and what of a betrayer you would feel like? Because you know how on applications, a lot of times, like, were you referred by anybody? Do you have anybody that you're close to that works here? Blah, blah, blah. What if she wrote down, like, oh, actually, my boyfriend, my future husband works there. And they came and they're like, hey, So Tanya applied. You think she'd be a good fit for this? Would you have to say no, or would you say
No,
yes?
you say yes. You support her. If that ever got back that you sabotaged her chance at this job, terrible.
You know what? I'm glad you asked, because she wants to have lunch with me, and that sounds awful.